This is the video for examining interactions with dominant social norms. So this is the colluding, colliding, and contending model. All newcomers to a group are indoctrinated into the dominant social norms of that group. A new person could be a new member of a family, or a new employee in an organization, or a new member of a sports team, or a new family in a neighborhood. We all participate in many social groups over time, and we're sometimes a newcomer who's getting indoctrinated, and sometimes we're the long-standing member of the group who is doing the indoctrinating. Phrases that are commonly used during the indoctrination process include, "This is how we do things here." "Oh, this is how it works." "Oh, this is what we do." "Oh, I know the procedures manual says to do that, but that's not really what we do. We just do it like this." And many times, parts of the indoctrination process are not overt. People are just expected to pick up on things as they go and learn through experience. And as the person learns the dominant norms, mistakes can be made. The person may use the norms that they used in previous groups or previous organizations or where they used to live. Their mistakes are often pointed out to them, and they're counseled or socialized to do it like we do it. At a certain point, people are expected to be regularly colluding with the dominant norms of the group. Collusion is rewarded. People get ahead by colluding. There are benefits for colluding. Collusion is compliance. Collusion is going with the flow. Collusion is learning the ropes and using them. Collusion is going along to get along. When people collude, they receive some sort of benefit. Sometimes the benefit is as simple as a sense of belonging. Identifying who is colluding and who is not colluding is behavior that's also part of this collusion process. It's a type of boundary policing, who belongs and who doesn't. So sometimes the only benefit of collusion is to avoid the harsh sanctions imposed when one does not collude. And so the dominant norms are strengthened. And they're often written into procedures, or they may be documented as best practices. Dominant social norms are evident in customs and practices, and they're also embedded into policies and laws. And the cycle continues. But colluding with dominant social norms is not the only way that people interact with them. There are many times when a person learns of a dominant social norm and they collide with it. Collisions include movement away from the dominant norm. If it's the first time a person is coming into an awareness of this dominant social norm and they view the norm as harmful to themselves or people they care about, the collision can be fraught with emotion. It could be anger, disbelief, annoyance, disgust, concern, incomprehension, confusion, fear, or disorientation. The length of time that a collision lasts can vary because the person is trying to get their equilibrium back. A collision is a fracture or a break in that person's sense of reality. Sometimes a person stays in the collision process while they continue observing the behavior that's occurring in the collusion process. And the people who are colliding may be indignant and insistent that the people over there who are colluding pay attention to them and their anger, their pain, their confusion, their disgust. And the people who are colluding may view those people who are colliding as disruptive. You are disrupting our norm over here. And the people who are colluding may invite those people to come join them. Invitations to collude are offered in many ways, and some are subtle and some are not. And sometimes people move from the colliding process to the colluding process. And there's many reasons that people decide to do this. They may decide to go along to get along. They may be picking their battles. They may collude in some situations, but not always. And they may have reconciled themselves to the necessity of collusion. Collusion is necessary for survival at times. For whatever the reason, they join the collusion process. Well, that's not the only option available. One need not stay stuck in the collusion process, nor does one have to join the collusion process. There's another option. One can move from collision to contention. Now, contention doesn't simply mean fighting and arguing. Contention here means contesting the boundaries of who belongs and who doesn't belong. Contention also involves learning. In order to reestablish a sense of equilibrium, the person seeks out new information, more facts, and develops a deeper understanding of what is going on so that they can reestablish a sense of reality. And then contention processes engage further upstream with the dominant social norms and pushes for change by continually providing counter-narratives and critical perspectives. Contention is engaging purposefully and intentionally with the dominant norm learning process in ways that press for a broader understanding, or press for modifications to the dominant norm, or press for more inclusive practices. In this video, we have addressed the clockwise cycle of processes that function to maintain the dominant norms, and we've also discussed the counterclockwise cycle that provides counter-narratives that press for changes to the dominant social norms.